We're going to be talking about compliance on the couch. Yes, we find this amusing. Catherine, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about 401k plans, usually.
401k plans, censuses. Is it censi or census? We're just going to say a census for your 401k plan is what we're going to call it. All right.
We're making sense of your census. What is census data and why do we need it?
Well, okay, we need it because the IRS says so, but what it is, census data is demographic data for each and every W-2 employee in the controlled group or affiliated service group. That means everybody. We need social security numbers, we need first and last names, we need dates of birth, we need dates of hire, we need dates of termination, we need compensation, we need hours, we can talk about hours in a minute, and we need to know how much they deferred pre-tax and how much they deferred after-tax Roth.
Yep.
And we need it in order to do the compliance testing for the plan that you've hired us to do.
We need the data.
We need the data. We need the raw data. We need it, and we're asking for all employees because for those that are maybe going to enter the plan next year, we have their history. For those who are terminating, we have their history. For those that have been there for a short time but may be rehired in the following year, we have their history. Also, Catherine, what's coming in 2024?
You better count them if you hired them.
That's not what the law's called. It's long-term part-time. Okay. So what's going to happen in 2024 is that if you've had an employee work for you for at least 3 years, at least 500 hours each year, so we're starting with 2021, 2022, and 2023, they are allowed to defer in the plan in 2024. All right? Now, the reason why we need all this stuff is because we do a whole lot of testing for our employers. The IRS, it's not our idea, the IRS mandates that we do a whole bunch of testing, coverage, limits, non-discrimination, things like that. And when we get a complete, accurate census for all employees, it makes that job a lot easier and reduces the number of questions we have to ask the employer.
Okay.
So the next question is, how do you complete and submit census data? All right?
Is it with crayons?
No, that happens. No. Okay, but if that's not the case, you need to fill out our census form. All right, it says what data needs to be where. All right, easy answers is how much did they defer? Okay, well those need to add up what you're putting on the W-2. Break it down between pre-tax and Roth. Hours. If somebody's getting 1,101 or 1,102 hours, don't worry if it's 1,101 or 1,102 because it's over 1,000. All right. We do need to have more accurate data when it's 1,000 or below. All right.
Or now if it's 500.
Well, yeah, but then, yeah, and we're going to need to know if they've worked over 500 hours. Exactly. So, the other thing that can get really, really tricky and is not going to be the subject of this video because it's supposed to be under 6 hours, right, Zach? Yes. Is what do you put in for compensation? All right. So that's a really long chat. We did 3 white pages on that, 4 hours worth of video and everything else. All right. If you're not certain, if it's the first time you're filling out the census form, talk to your plan consultant to make sure you know what compensation is supposed to go there. We may ask for, if somebody's entering the plan that year, we are probably going to be asking for compensation for the whole plan year and for compensation from when they enter the plan year because we do different testing and different allocations on that. All right. The reason why plan termination dates are important and the reason for the termination is important is because it has an effect on vesting and when, on vesting and when certain benefits are payable. If somebody has died or become permanently disabled during the plan year and they weren't yet 100% vested, they most likely are, all right? If somebody has terminated and we don't know about it and they're over age 72, they need a minimum required distribution. So we need to know about those things then, all right?
What happens if you're late?
Or you have
Make it
error.
written up.
Okay.
Or have errors.
So what
we
happens?
have to keep doing it.
So
over
what
and
happens
over.
if you're late? Right. So if you're late, we have to rush. There's higher fees for that. If you're late, there are certain testing deadlines. If you fail your non-discrimination test and we don't get your data until after a certain date, you're going to pay a 10% excise tax to fix it. If we get the census data too late, you may not be able to make a deductible employer contribution. All right. And if you give us error, if you provide census data with errors, our work will probably be wrong. We're going to have to do it over again. It's going to take more time, and we're going to have to charge you more dollars.
Because we have a base model of how much time we're supposed to spend on it, and it assumes that actually the data is correct.
Our fees assume you're providing us the first time with correct, complete, and usable data. And if it's not all three of those, that's extra time.
Yep. Time is money.
Time is money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You know, so in the end, 401k plans are so amazing. And if and if you do them straight up good data, good timing, have a great TPA, it works out pretty well. It really
I'd like to
does.
think so.
And so, in the end, do you have to learn all of this stuff?
No, you don't.
No, you don't. What you do is you call up Christopher and say, hey, Christopher, do I need to do this? And then he will talk to you forever and then talk to you about race cars for a while.
Right.
So
you go to sales at, is it up here, Zach? You go to sales@hunterbenefits.com, send us an email, okay? Go to the website, ask questions on the YouTubes, all right? Let us know. Thumbs up, thumbs down, all right? On the YouTubes.
But in the end,
It's the YouTubes,
our
right?
purpose is to really do a very thorough job, and with your help, it goes very well. That is our whole job.
Something like that, all right?
No, exactly like that. I am not going to let you hedge.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
But